Okay, my friends, here we are. Forgot to set my stream to, well, my OBS software to high priority, so it won't be dropping any frames. Um, but let's get down to business. My name is Bobby Tequila, and I'm hosting this live stream from Tier 1 Magazine. Um, our objectives today is set up some scenery in Daz Studio. I'm not going to render anything, just set it up. From there, we go into InDesign, set up some articles up. Um, and the third segment um, is just touching base with reality out there, you know, hot topics, whatever comes to mind. But right now, let's go ahead and go into that studio. Here we are, my Daz Studio. And we want to go into my details, how I set this up today. I'm not going to render anything, but I already have my render settings up. It's I render under the NVIDIA iRay, and it gives me option settings. When I say NVIDIA iRay, you can go to um, I guess render in D-Lite or something to that effect, or render in iRay. You get a better quality in iRay. I just personally I just figured out how to use it, and not even within 2 months how to use iRay. For the longest, I've been using 3D Light. Um, but here we are in iRay, and the settings I set under there. I have a custom settings. If you want to look at this box here, it's a 1:1 ratio with a 500 by 500 pixels. There's nothing in there because I haven't put anything in the scenery. Um, the next step in my iRay, if I were to render this out, I still image versus making movies. I'm not going to make any movies today. It's just a still image. Um, this setting says photoreal, but I don't use the photoreal. I use interactive because interactive gives me more faster settings where I can faster or render faster, I should say. So this is one of my render faster situations here. It says or toggles render quality enable. I turn this off, and then max samples. By default it's a 5,000. I changed that to 200. If I left it at 5,000, it will take me 3 days to render this scenery or whatever I put in this box. I don't want to wait 3 days. If you go by deductive reasoning, 200 samples, I'll probably get that within the hour. I have the finished product by within that. Mind you, 5,000 samples will give you better detail, high quality, but it's 3 days worth of rendering. Um, I'm satisfied with 200 cycles of sampling. It gives me what I'm looking for. The choice is yours, actually, how long you want to wait rendering. I use 200. Today, we're going to go to my folders, everything I got. Let's go under the B, I say Bravo, B folders. And I'm using I'm going to set up with a Basecamp volume 1. I got wood, a gear topper, See what volume 2 has. Steel, a white edge, a rock edge, a snow topper, stone, and a subway, like going into the sewer. Let's see what volume 3 has. I guess Orient, Western. This is for a glass topper, if you want to put glass on top of it. Grass versus glass. I said this is two different, two different. This is right here, our music box key, rock, floor. Let's go with this Western. Set it up in there. Alright, it's in there. Alright, now I'm going to be looking for a monitor. I was working on a monitor 2 days ago, but I didn't put it on a base. So let's go ahead and look for like computer monitors. Let's go for, in my open office asset, it's under the O's, the folder that has the O's in it. Open office props right here. I am looking for the monitor. Computer monitors. It's a prop. I'm going to load it into my scene. Alright, as you see, it's way over there. So I gotta get into what's in my scene, highlight monitors, because the other asset is base camp, and I don't want to move the base camp, I want to move the monitors. And in my parameters file or section, I can move it. I got a translate that goes up and down. Let's see, how far do I want it up? No, I'm actually moving it down. Alright. I got a scale, translate, it looks too small. Let's go ahead and get a different angle looking at this computer monitor so you see what I'm doing. I'm setting up I guess a 360 pedestal that's going to be animation, and I'm making this one to reflect digital art. So this is the beginnings of digital art, or my digital art pedestal. I'm scaling it. You can see the size is getting bigger on top of this pedestal. Alright, it doesn't look centered in there, so let's look at the top view. Alright, it looks like it needs to move to the right, maybe a little bit more center. So let's see if this one's the one I want. I'm using the X translate. Okay, I'm going to use a Z translate and maybe move it up. No, that's too far back. Move it up. I'm going to scale it just a little bit more. Let's get a better view from the top, see how much space I'm missing. It looks like at least oh, I jagged. I jagged on the pivot box. I'm trying to get a good angle. Alright, let's use Y translate again. Get it moved a little bit more. No, too far that way. It looks good there. Maybe the Z translate. Oh yeah, look at that. It's centered in there just good. Alright, let's get the front view. I'm trying to toggle this cube so I can get the view right. Alright, my friends, as you can see, I got the monitors facing front, but maybe we want to get a like a unique view. Maybe something like this. Alright, my plan is to put some paintbrushes, maybe in an X style. You know how paintbrushes are real small, but I want to put them scaled where they're gonna be very prominent in this scenery, standing behind these monitors. Maybe two in the X, and then I want to put a paint palette right here in the middle. All right, and I want to convey the idea of digital art. All right. I want to say thank you for Robert at WR Archstalations. That's a mouthful. But yeah, I'm glad he's here, especially in this episode because it is a digital art pedestal that I'm creating. Um, I want to convey the idea of digital art. Maybe some paintbrushes and the painting palette. And then can you imagine this in a 360 animation moving around? And then right here, if I can get it to fit right here, I can either spell out digital art right here. Well, basically in front of the screen, so it'll be more exactly right here. Um, but today, I'm thinking I'm gonna save this, and then we're gonna move to the next segment because I got to think of on top of my head, top of my mind, probably on top of my thoughts. What's the next asset I'm gonna use? I don't have that much assets as far as owning painting products. I gotta buy. I gotta go to Daz Studio and buy assets. I know there's painters assets. I mean, there's poses there's with their painting stuff, but I got the minimum. I don't think I have the painting palette. I gotta look for that. Um, but for time being, you see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna go ahead and save this scene. I'm gonna call it a digital art scene. What do you think? File, save as a scene. I'm gonna call it digital art. Save it into my folders here. Thanks, Robert. Um, you can see this. What do you think about this as conveying a digital art idea? I got a pedestal and some monitors there. I'm gonna set it up where the idea would be there. I don't have that much assets as far as what I can put in here, but I'm getting the basics. All right, the scene is saved. Let's see, we can go into a little intermission and let's talk some hot topics here. All right, in this intermission, I'll be switching out softwares and going into my InDesign. All right, in the background you see, well, I know you see intermission, but in the background I'm setting up my InDesign software. So we're going to be straight from here. We're going to go straight to the magazine. All right, here we go. All right, my friends. Back again, Tier 1 Magazine. My name is Bobby. I'm your host here. We just finished segment 1 in Daz Studio, setting up some rendering scenes for uh, what I should say, digital art um, animation. Well, an idea that conveys digital art. I'm gonna use that asset as one of my how do you say, Patreon rewards. Um, Back as far as this OBS, I do have it in set priority as in high, so I don't have any drop frames going on, and I'm happy. I do have OBS. What is it? 1920 by 1080 with a 720 output video. Um, my bit rate is at 2000. I'm holding on. Everything's good here. As you see, my InDesign is already set up here. This is my magazine. I'm setting up a workflow as far as you can see. This is going to be the cover page that's coming up. I added this little the Patreon showcase magazine so people would know this is a dedicated Patreon magazine. I dedicate my work to Patreon creators. Um, you want to get seen, this is the magazine you want to be in, the Tier 1 magazine. You're a cosplayer, maybe you have a podcast. Robert has a digital art Patreon at uh, RW Art Installations. Um, he's a patron of Tier 1, and I promote his work um, here in the magazine. Matter of fact, Tier 1 promotes you in all or as much as we can in all our social medias. We have Instagram going, we have YouTube going. This video is getting saved in the MP4 format, and it will be going to upload on YouTube maybe by the end of tonight. Okay, we have Twitter, we have Tumblr, we have Snapchat that I load up to. Um, TikTok I load up there. I try to get as much as um, content that you create. I get it promoted as much as I can. Patrons, you want to look at my patrons under Showcase 1 in the panels. You can contact them there. I have their links already posted in my Pinterest account. If you want to follow me on Pinterest, I promote you there too. Um, Top right corner, you see the slideshow. Those are my patrons as far as Tier 1 goes right now. Okay. I do make collaborations with people on Instagram. Um, it's a matter of either, a set criteria that I put out. If you meet those goals, I ask for um, an 8x10 that you can send to me, and I'll put it in the magazine that month with your link. Considering that this is a digital magazine, everybody can access this magazine for free, and all the magazines um, will have links in there that are very active. You can highlight those links and they'll take you straight to their page. Okay, so that's why this digital magazine works. Um, Outside of the digital magazine, if you wanted this magazine to have at home um, for purposes just to show that you have one, or show off and buy as many you want and show it off to your friends, let's go over here to my video capture and show you that I do have magazines to buy at home. Let me turn on the light here and see if we can get it. Tier 1. Let's see. Alrighty. They're pretty good quality. Okay. I'm showing you. I got a bad angle. I'll set up this video camera better, but I just wanted to give you an idea that our magazine can be found on Amazon. Tier 1. As you see, the little slogan wasn't there yet, but I'm gonna add it up this month. You saw it. If you look at it right over here, there it is. But I'm gonna turn off this video capture. Alright, so yeah, you make a connection with me, you collaborate with me, you pledge to me, I'll get you out there. Instagram, if you follow my Instagram, this is my Utmost freebie that I do Instagram stories. If I see you, wait, I guess the only way I'll see you is if I'm following you, and the only way I'll follow you is you following me. And if I see you posting and it comes down um, my scrolling and I see you, I'll share it into my stories. Mainly, it's going to be Patreon creators, but I'm open to models that work on OnlyFans. I work with Fiverr people. If you want to get your talents showcased, and if I see your talents on my post, I'll send it out in my stories. If you want your Twitch in my stories, I send it out. If you're following my Instagram, Redbubble, Etsy, um, yeah, uh, I work with a lot of creators. Um, and like I said, if you collaborate with me, make contact with me at Tier 1 DM or direct message me under my Instagram that you want to be seen in the magazine. And you don't want to do it without the pledge. And then, if you can't do it with the pledge, I'll set up some criteria for you. Like follow my Twitch account, follow my Instagram, follow so and so, follow and so and so. If you meet all these criteria, then it's a matter of you sending that 8 by 10 to me, and then I'll put your content in the magazine. I'm always looking for content in the magazine. Matter of fact, April is coming. I think this issue is going to be the April issue. Matter of fact, if you got content relating to Easter, got content related to your Easter projects, send it to me. All right, I'll I won't write an article on it. I'll just put it as an 8 by 10. Put your link on there, and bam, you're in. But yeah, you gotta meet criteria. Um, Back up to the slideshow on the top. Thank you, Tier 1 patrons. All right, let's talk about it. Catherine's Violin, she's my top patron right now. She is a violinist, and she does scores from, I guess, games like Final Fantasy games, a lot of score. And she makes her own albums and she sells them. Make sure you go visit her Patreon page, support her work, and check out what rewards she has for you. RW Installations, he's one of my dedicated patrons, or one of the dedicated patrons of Tier 1. He's part of Tier 1. He's been part of Tier 1 since day one. He does have a Patreon page in digital art. Go follow him, or go pledge to his account, and he does commissions as well. His link is down there in the showcase panel. Alrighty, moving to the next one here. I'm not in charge of this slideshow. When I already talked about Catherine's violin, definitely, if you like violin music and symphony sounds, she recreates them, especially from the gaming world. Digital art commissions, go check him out. DJ Cut 6 Sounds. Alright, what he does is mentor you on your YouTube videos. What kind of sound you're looking for, he can help you out. He has a good background in DJ music. Graphics Entertainment. Talk about indie game developer. He has a team, and they're working on the game. If you want to get credited in the game, your name in the game, go check him out. All right, Dorky. She is a cosplayer. She has a Twitch account. Um, and both of them, they have their own rewards. I definitely recommend to go check out her Patreon at Dorky. And then through Daz Studios, She's getting ready to open up an Etsy account dedicated to making jewelry. All right, we're still in talks, and I'm still waiting for all the links to get her started. And those are my shout outs here. Imagine if you were part of Tier 1, you'd be getting a shout out today, right now, in my slideshows. And plus, they can access your links down below in Showcase 1. What I have in Showcase 1, I also have, what do you say, a PayPal link if you can't uh, afford to be making pledges monthly at my Patreon. I invite you to go see my PayPal link. Any tip will work. Any tip, I would appreciate it. I will mention you in my streaming. I will mention you in my social medias. Leave a tip. Contact me. Let's see, my YouTube. Subscribe. Definitely subscribe, because I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for Patreon creators. This Twitch is for Patreon creators. Um, I want all of y'all involved. I really do. And imagine me, instead of taking submissions online, I do interviews in person with my, I guess, my camera crew, and we're there. I'm taking interviews with you right there in your living room, talking about your art. That's what my eventual goal is, to do that. Right now, I'm working from home. Outside of this coronavirus that everybody's going through, everybody got to stay home. I know that. And I know everybody's going through tough times. All right. We talked about, yeah, I guess we talked about the panels and we talked about the slideshow. Let's go ahead and go into, um, let's set up this magazine. All right. Maybe this is too large of a size. Let's go down to 50%. All right. You see this red line? In my workflow, when I paste pictures in here or place pictures in my Adobe InDesign, it'll cut off the extra access that I don't want. So this photo of this, I guess, the design that you see in the back is actually out, it extends out this far, but for the effect that I want, I cut it off here, and this is going to be the cover of the magazine. Now you look at this microphone. It's not a picture of a microphone I downloaded. This is a picture of an asset that I created in Daz Studios. That's why I use Daz Studios to fill in stuff that I don't have. I created, and I make it here, and I paste it in. And I pasted it, or I rendered the microphone with, how do you say, PNG background, so I don't have nothing in the back. So it comes out just like that, and I can size it any way I want. But yeah, it's definitely created in my Daz Studio. It says March here, but I'm gonna have to change that to April because I think I'm running out a few days here. Right now, you don't see this, but this is my patrons. I gotta update this. I gotta update this. Zeus Conquers All is the one I'm working on, but I can add another page today in Signature Series. And what is Patreon? I definitely have that. The link here. Here's a YouTube link for Patreon. Like I said, since this is a digital magazine, these links, when you're in this at issue.com, it's the big platform I use. Issue.com. That's what ISSUU.com. Issue.com. And then you go to Tier 1 magazine under that big umbrella, and that's where you'll find me. I definitely invite you to go subscribe at Tier 1 Magazine under issue.com. And you'll see every month that I did publish, and then you'll see every time I do publish the new magazine. If you subscribe, you'll see it come up. But in the magazine, these links do work. That's why it's free in the digital world side, because I'm not going to charge you to go look at your own creations. I'm not going to charge you. If visitors are coming in to see my magazine, I want them to access your link and go visit you at your link. That's what I want. Again, the digital format is free under issue.com Tier 1 Magazine. If you want to buy the magazine itself, I will have a link as well under Amazon. But that one, let's see, average price is about $8. Shipping and handling is not too long, so it's about $10 price to get this magazine mailed to you in under, I guess, US. Alright, I got OnlyFans right here. I don't know how to pronounce this, I'm not gonna lie. She submitted her work. All she did was follow my YouTube, or she met some criteria, and she's gonna get published. Two more that met my criteria: Ludi Death and Brittany Marie Day. Both of these are Patreon accounts. I do need to copy this page here. Where are we at? Right here. No. Let's go down. Let's downsize it more. 25. Layout. Pages. Duplicate spread. Okay. It's duplicated. Now I got to move it up to what page is this? Let's look at the page number. 10. And this should be 11 then. Yep, 11. So let's downsize it. I'm showing you my workflow, how I decide what goes where. The last page number I said was 11, so I want to move this alright. Layout, pages, move pages, to page after page 11, and they're gonna be duplicated. Alright, now what I can do is object, cut, object, cut. Alright, so I got 2 free pages. Actually I got 1, so that leaves me 1 page for the month of April. If you want to get in on this page, contact me in my Instagram. First follow me on Instagram. DM me, direct message me in my Instagram that you want to be part of this page. Right now we are on March 25th, so I'm going to be taking submissions for this page. If you want to be in the magazine, make sure you contact me before April 5th. Alright? I will send you criteria. Follow my Instagram, follow my YouTube, follow my Twitch. And this is a free opportunity. You don't have to be a patron or patron to tier 1. This is a free opportunity to get your Patreon content uh, displayed, published in the magazine. But right now, this one, let's place a photo there that he just met my criteria yesterday to follow me on my Twitch and my Instagram. No, my YouTube. Let's give a shout out to, I want to say, Jay Ortiz. All right. All right. As you can see, there's his work. All right, let's see what we can do. Display 50%. Object. No. Cancel. Cancel. I want to get the full screen on here. Object. Fitting. Fit content to frame. You're watching my workflow, how I set up the magazine. All right, I know I had some, let's see, address links right here. So I'm gonna move it again, object, arrange, send backward. Uh, there it is. He works on Fiverr. Trying to get his address in here. Artist J Ortiz. Let's see. Artist. Artist J Ortiz. Okay, he's on Fiverr, so I gotta change this. All right, you see this? I guess there's some credentials right here in the bottom that who made the artist, what date and stuff, that who made the submitted. I'll update everything here, but I wanted to show you my workflow. I gotta contact Mr. Ortiz, and so he can give me the update on criteria of this photo. All right, I can see that Mr. Ortiz is on Fiverr. I can see him as an artist, so he's selling commissions. Um, I'm gonna have to change this background color and change the color of everything. I'm gonna have to somehow blend it somewhere, even if I have to cut this picture a little bit smaller. I prefer to have the whole thing, but I want this scene, I want this very, how do you say, catching your attention as well. But that's my workflow. Back over here, empty page. This is for Those who want to contact Tier 1 under Instagram, direct message me and I'll send you the criteria. Um, make sure you contact me before April 5th. Um, and you don't have to be just with Patreon. If you work with YouTube, I'll promote you on this page. Fiverr, Rage On, Etsy, OnlyFans models, Patreon, Twitter, Twitch. If you have a Facebook page and that's all you got, I'll put your content right here on this page, and this will have your link to send you to your content or to your account. All right, we're over here trying to finish up this story. Let's change the direct size. Where are we at? I'm not in. All right, let's go to maybe 100% so I can see some story details here. All right, let's see. You want to go to my video capture, please? I'll show you my research. Here we are. This is some documentation that I take off of online stuff. A lot of tourist historical values. Mythology is right here. All right. I got other folders of paperwork doing my research. I don't like to, I do create stories, but I create stories that have some meat to it. Okay, so, and the reason it has to meet, I want to make it relatable to stories that everybody knows. This story is about the zodiac sign Taurus, and it's in April. All right, let's go ahead and turn off this video capture screen here. And since I'm doing a story on Taurus in April, all right, all right, this is the zodiac of April. Well, April 21st. So by the time this magazine hits, you already know what Taurus is all about. All right, now let's talk about the content here. This is a character in my Daz Studio. I dressed her up. I think, yeah, she's a Genesis 8 figure. I dressed her up in some Genesis 2 gypsy wear. This is my version of in Greek mythology, the Queen Europa. She was actually a princess, um, the daughter of one of the kings in Phoenicia. Phoenicia was going to get ready to have war with the people of Crete, and they wanted to go past Crete and just take over the world. Zeus saw this, and he doesn't really get along with the king of Phoenicia. Um, let's see. What was his plan? Yes. Uh, he, he, I guess in all his stories, he's a shapeshifter. In this version, Zeus turns into a bull, but not your normal bull. Um, he is a glowing white bull, and he grabs the attention of everybody, you know, on the beaches of Phoenicia. And the king of Phoenicia was gonna get ready to send his armada out to sea. Um, the bull walked along these beaches and it calmed everybody down. And the daughter, or the daughter of the king of Phoenicia, came out and she saw this bull. She came out with her friends. They all walked up to the bull, started petting the bull. Now, this daughter of Phoenicia, the king of Phoenicia, is Europa. She, I guess, how do you say, jumped on the bull, sat on the bull, and with no hesitation, Zeus, because he is the bull, he jumps into that ocean and starts swimming. All right. Now, if you look at the zodiac up there in the bull, you only see half the bull. And the only reason it's that way up there as a constellation, half the bull, because the story is that half of his body was submerged in the ocean when he was carrying Europa, the daughter of the king of Phoenicia, Miss Europa, from those or from the land of Phoenicia, and he swam across the I don't know what, the ocean there, the Mediterranean Sea, and landed back on Crete. And she became the queen of Crete, the Croatians. Um, and she married Zeus there. She had 3 children with Zeus there. Now, when the king of Phoenicia found out that Europa is over there at Crete, he didn't attack Crete because he didn't want his daughter to get hurt, or how do you say, get mistaken as one of the Cretan people there, and then she dies. That the king didn't want that, but he did say that this is the king of Phoenicia. That he did say that he'll surround his lands or around Crete, where no matter where she goes, Miss Europa, that she'll be surrounded by the kingdom of Phoenicia. What Zeus did is he named all the land up in the Europeans. Well, it wasn't the Europeans yet, but he named all the land Europa up there. Mind you, Europa is the queen of Crete, but Europe is above Crete. Since Zeus named that land Europa, it was the idea that she can be anywhere from Crete to Europe. And the king of Phoenicia decided not to raid or send his army over there to Crete or Europe either. And that's what I talk about in the story. You see the Taurus sign here. I created this Taurus sign as well. This is not in the Daz Studio. I created this in Microsoft 3D Paint, and it's you can definitely go check it out. Everybody has the 3D Paint in your computer. If you don't want Daz 3D, you want to go down to the basics of doing 3D rendering, you can go down and look in your computer, go look in the search little box over there in the corner, and go inside the box and say put in 3D Paint, download the app or open the app if you have it, and play with it. You have your own 3D software just the same. So I created this. I sent it to my Daz Studio so it can be loaded in this scenery here. Alright, I loaded the scenery with a background. The background is separated from the scenery. I saved this scenery as a PNG altogether. I do have them individually, one piece by piece. Okay, and then some special fonts. I'll type this in as well. I'm not going to read this story, but it's basically the story I just told you. Let's begin the next paragraph here. In Greek mythos, the white bull is associated with the, what's that word? Shape shifting powers of Zeus. without hesitation as Europa sat on the back of the bull, Zeus jumped into the Mediterranean Sea to only swim off. What's the next word? I want to say abducting her, swim off, and abducting Europa with a landing destination to Crete. I definitely need to write some more, but we'll get there. What we're going to talk about is the tiers. Value Pack 1, let's lower down the Value Pack 1. If you are a patron of Tier 1 and you pledged $1, you'll be in Value Pack 1. And what's the rewards? Besides getting your links, how do you say? Promoted in my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, the distribution of getting your links out there. All my social medias that I do have open. You get your Patreon link or your content creator account, whatever account you have. Like I said, you don't have to be Patreon. If you have a Twitch account only and you want that promoted, Rage on Etsy. If you have an Etsy account, you want that promoted, I'll create this little profile circle for you for your account, and then you'll get your account's name, and then you'll get your account's link established. With $1, you'll be profiled or displayed in Value Pack 1 this way, just with your profile and your links, profile and your links, or that one link to that profile. Value Pack 1, $1. Plus, you still get the distribution links into Facebook and Twitter and all that good stuff. You look at this background I created in Daz Studio, but I got to change it to another one. This is some work submitted by a novelist. He writes some memoirs and poetry, and he also does photography. He did write his own book. This is a little article that I wrote for him. He is a patron. This is an article I have on hot tips. Alright, Value Pack 2. Now you should get more than just your profile logo and your profile account name and your links. What you also get is associated accounts. You get up to 4 associated accounts. So he does have an Instagram, he does have a Facebook page, he does have a Twitch account, and he does have a merchandise account under Ray John. So you get 4 associated links plus your Patreon link or whatever account link you want to get promoted with. Plus you get that interactive how do you say, statement box here. If you collaborate with me that month and you want to say something to the readers of tier 1 about your account, you write it, you tell me in the description, and I'll write it in here. This is like if you have something going on coming up for the month of April or May, or if you have some special offers going on, or to that effect. This is your little memo statement to the readers. You got more people here. I do want to update Catherine's Violin Arranger. She's in tier 3. This is tier 2. Tier 3, I'm going to update everything. She's going to have her Patreon banner right here eventually. And then I'm going to write a little article for her. So this is going to be outside of the tier 2. She's going to be in. Matter of fact, I need to change this date. This is going to be April. That's value pack 1 April. Alright. Here's some work by digital artists at RW Artslations. This is a address appendix for those who buy the book on Amazon. If you can't access the link, you know, directly in the book because it's a book you have in your hand, I will have their 4 links pasted as well here. You typed in. I do like to promote my YouTube channel. Like I said, if you are a Patreon creator, I recommend to subscribe here at the tier 1 channel. If you go to the panels down there, I have to subscribe my YouTube because, like I said, it's not for my benefit. I want to promote Patreon creators, and if you are part of tier 1, you will be mentioned in the YouTube channel. Alright, I'm going to save my workflow here. We did some updates. Did I say that? I didn't see it. Okay. Well, I don't have an overlay for hot topics. Alright, so let's put an overlay. I'm going to put my intermission overlay on. And for the time being, my intermission overlay is going to be hot topics. Alright, first thing I want to talk about is how am I making these overlays. My main go-to right now is Canva. My main go-to is Daz Studios. Um, I did get Canva to. I did use Canva to create this overlay. Intermission. Let's talk about the coronavirus. Um, I don't like it. I know a lot of people don't like it. Um, I was told to go ahead and apply for unemployment by my boss. I tried getting on. Um, I guess it's just overwhelmed. I can't get into the site. Um, but I'm managing through here. I'm a content creator just like everybody else. Um, well, just like everybody else who wants to be a content creator. Uh, my Patreon is not a, well, I guess it is about creating my magazine. That's the main idea, but it's also, you know, to get you other Patreon creators promoted, showcased, seen. And I know that option is not there as far as, you know, the major mainstream of things in the social medias. And the things I do, it's not the best I can do, but it's one of the options you have compared to not having an option at all. One of my other things I'm doing right now, I am doing Facebook ads for those in the tier 4. You get 5 days worth of Facebook ads. Technically, you can get seen uh, at least 400 visits from all those thousands of views that you're getting. If I use a Facebook ad for your Patreon, you get at least 400 views or 400 visitors to your account. It's up to you to turn those 400 visitors on your account to turn them into patrons. You gotta um, have your page ready. You gotta have it uh, appealing, eye-catching, attractive. I give some pointers there too. Like I said, I'm not the best Patreon creator or Patreon page out there, but I do my research and I can recommend some ideas to you. Okay, but as far as here, the coronavirus stuff, you know, just cross our fingers and let's everybody get through this. Um, I did mention if you can't afford a monthly pledge, to keep my work going, definitely go check out my donation link under my PayPal, and it's there in my panels. Any little bit helps. I am a single dad here, and I work on tips whenever I do have a job. So outside of that, I do my Patreon here, and I do a lot of stuff here uh, out of my heart here in the Patreon side, giving a good opportunity to get seen, especially with my Instagram, Facebook stories. We're gonna go through this coronavirus stuff, so just keep your head up high. The next topic I want to talk about is the anime ban, the so-called ban that Patreon has. Let's see, what I read is what Amazon is banning the sale of figurines that look like anime or are provocative. I know to some degree that Tumblr has already cut out nudity in their postings. The mainstream media out there, there's too much obscene stuff out there. Mainstream media, there's a lot of it, and if there's a chance to cut back on it, why not? I promote some Twitter stuff when I see it in my like, I guess, scrolling down the statuses of Twitter, and I share out Twitter. Some stuff I have to question myself. Do I really want to share this? It's about being family oriented, and I don't think being sexually provocative or to open the gate to something like anime ban is needed. I'm not saying that it's not good art. I'm just saying that artists can do clean art. I'm just saying that. But everybody knows sex sells, right? Um, well, I think we're going to close this up tonight. Um, a recap of what we did here. We went to Daz Studios, set up some scenery that's going to give me a digital art message. I set it up, I didn't render it, but I saved the scene. That was segment 1. Segment 2, we did some workflow in my InDesign, setting up the magazine that's coming up. I want to thank everybody who is helping me collaborate to get this magazine done. That was segment 2. Segment 3, we talked about the coronavirus and the anime ban. I already said that you can contact me under my Instagram. You can follow me here on Twitch. Subscribe to my YouTube. You already saw, and I promote it on my patrons. I want to thank everybody from here at Tier 1 Magazine. My name is Bobby. I'm your host. Until next time, let's call it a night and fade to black. Thank you, and good night.